The last recorded album by Michael Jackson was entitled This Is It. The last words he would ever be known for before he kicked the bucket. How ironic. The only reason I bring up this subject is because there was a season of my own life where I told myself this is it. Started losing friends that I once trusted because they decided to break our covenant. Everything that I held in my heart as precious suddenly evaporated. Had to get down on my knees and ask God the question, was there something wrong that I did? On top of that, constant visits with doctors and clinicians, my life's aroma began to fill my nostrils with disgust because it smelled like must. This is it. I threw in the towel, handed in my letter of resignation, and I told the world I quit. God, I know I'm supposed to suffer much for your name's sake, but honestly, how much more pain do you expect me to take? Things that I once enjoyed, like people eating, smiling, and singing, were all now foreign to me. A song sung by just one is a solo, and at that moment of my life, I was alone, and the only song I could sing was Depression because I was so low. I had to laugh to keep from crying, and in the public eye, I continued smiling, but everyone around me knew that I was dying. Felt like I had demonic hands wrapped around my neck, strangling my esophagus. I couldn't worship, and my praise was serving a death sentence. The only thing I could see was Satan putting a pen in my hand to sign my death certificate, and I had every excuse to give in, and I almost quit, but something stopped me. It was a voice whispering in my ear, reminding me that the only reason I had to taste death was to die to this flesh that Satan kept manipulating, which is why God requires that it dies daily. See, I could have stayed stuck in that hole and died there, but too many lives were at stake and needed to be saved, so he brought me back from the grave. Now death, I no longer fear it, but with arms wide open, I embrace it. And once I finally accepted this truth, he breathed a breath of life back into me and instantly revived me. You see, the great puppeteer used Satan like a puppet. He was using his GPS to navigate my path to this grave, which was transformed to my birthing place. It was in this place he restored my praise, and with it I spat in your face. Even during my recovery, you tried to infect my body, but I was already healed before you inflicted me with the disease. Everyone that witnessed my resurrection started to scratch their head because there was no logical nor scientific explanation for me being alive when I was supposed to be dead. If I remember correctly, the witnesses at the scene of this tragedy referred to me as an animal. They called me unexplainable and gave me the nickname Miracle because I chose to speak life. See, what we must understand is that life flows from the inside of you, out of your mouth. See, it was out of God's mouth that this world was created, and it was out of Christ's mouth that Lazarus was resuscitated, and it was out of my own mouth that I found the breakthrough that I needed. See, I don't always need hands laid on me to find my deliverance or my healing, because the same blood shed on that city known as Calvary runs through my veins internally, which is why the word says, greater is he that is within me. Satan, I go on record declaring that you are a joke and you have no power, because on the third day of his death, the chosen one arose with all power. Christ was so sick that he walked into hell and walked out with the keys of death. See, no man can take my life, but I lay it down myself because I'm a soldier. I'm not Michelle, Beyonce, or Kelly, but I am a child of destiny, given a mission to live on purpose because I'm an overcoming, conquering, soul-winning survivor. And I decree and declare with these restored lips, just like MC Hammer did, Lucifer, you can't touch this. I see how I'm gonna take some of y'all to Bible school, because some of y'all are looking at me like, who is this dude? But I promise you, I'm no fool. So if you have your Bibles, please journey with me to 1 Chronicles 16:22. And here, God states, touch not mine anointed. See, he could care less if you know me, like me, or love me. Just know he has anointed me. So I forewarn you with caution to watch what you say about me behind the scenes, because I promise that's the wrong answer, because speaking evil against me might give you lung cancer. See, even had the enemy known that the more he attacked me, the more life would flood out of me, he would have never touched me. And in my closing, this is a message brought to you by Steelo Entertainment. Your TV sets, monitors, or screens need no adjustment. This message was heaven sent, a worldwide service announcement, and I speak by the authority of my Father in heaven to hell's permanent resident Satan. Hit the road, Jack, because the government of God rejected that death certificate. And before you go, get a refund on that grave you dug, and that casket, and that tombstone that had my name engraved on it, because I'm back.